Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Ethereal Creations. Today I'll be showing you how to make apple pecan cinnamon rolls. So I think this is just the perfect time to make these warm, gooey cinnamon rolls. It's about to be Christmas time soon and I am so excited, and I thought a nice warm dessert to show you guys would be a perfect complement to the season and all the holidays that are coming up. I'm so excited to share this recipe with you guys. Hey guys, so let's get into this recipe. So for the dough, we're going to be starting off with one cup of warm milk. I warmed this up on the stove for about 2 minutes. You don't want it to be scalding hot, but you just want it to be warm. I added in 2.5 teaspoons of dry instant yeast and let that sit for 5 minutes until the yeast was activated. Add in 1/3 cup of unsalted butter that was partially melted. Then I added half a cup of granulated sugar and 2 room temperature eggs. Mix this until just combined in your stand mixer on low. Go in with 1 teaspoon of salt. With the mixer on low, add in 4 cups of all-purpose flour. You want to incorporate the flour until it's just combined. Don't overmix. Okay, so once your dough is barely holding together, you're going to stop the stand mixer, scrape the dough off of the original attachment, and add in the hook attachment. Here you're going to knead the dough for about 5 to 7 minutes on low. Add up to 1/4 cup more of flour, but the dough should still be sticky and tacky when it's finished kneading. After about 5 minutes, now you can start to see the dough forming into a ball. That's what you want to see. This is how your dough should look. Transfer your dough to a bowl, sprinkle with some oil on top. Cover with a warm paper towel and cloth. Let this sit for an hour or until double in size. Now for the filling of our cinnamon rolls, we're going to be using a half a cup of unsalted butter that's softened, but here I have it partially melted. Then 1 cup of packed brown sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Mix together until you have a smooth paste consistency, like this. Also, for the filling of our apple pecan cinnamon rolls, we're going to be dicing up 1 golden delicious apple. You want to make sure that your dices are pretty fine, because otherwise these will break into the dough when you're rolling them up. After about an hour, when your dough has risen double in size, I'm just generously flouring the surface that I'll be rolling my dough on. And this is how the dough looks like for after about an hour. I'm rolling out my dough and looking for about 1/4 of an inch of thickness on the dough. Now that my dough is rolled out, I'm going to be adding on that paste that we made earlier and smoothing it out onto the dough all over. You want to make sure every piece is covered with this paste. Then we're sprinkling on chopped up pecans and adding on our finely diced apple. Look at how pretty that looks. Now it's finally time for us to roll up our cinnamon rolls. I'm going in from one corner and rolling it in from one side to the next to make sure all parts are rolled together. This ensures that nothing falls out of the cinnamon roll and it's rolled evenly. Make sure you take your time to do this part. Now we're going to slice our rolls to size and get ready for baking. So for this part, you can also use cooking string, which is what I really wanted to use to cut these cinnamon rolls, because when you use a knife, it actually flattens down the cinnamon rolls a little bit, and I wanted that perfect round cinnamon roll look on it, but a knife works also. We're going to add these into a buttered baking dish, and you want them pretty snug together to bake into the oven, just like this. Let this sit for another 20 minutes before going into the oven to double in size. After they've risen, add a half a cup of warmed heavy cream. This will keep the rolls moist in the oven. Bake at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now time for my favorite part, the frosting. So we're going to go in with 1/3 of a cup of softened butter. You want to make sure that this is softened and not half melted like how I did before. 6 ounces of softened cream cheese, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and half a tablespoon of vanilla that I forgot to put in the video. After about 30 minutes in the oven, here is our apple pecan cinnamon rolls, fresh from the oven, still piping hot. These look so beautiful and I can't wait to taste this. Let me go ahead and take one out so I can show you guys how beautiful this looks. It's so hot and gooey on the inside. It's time to get frosted. Oh my god, look at that cream cheese frosting on there, and the heat from the cinnamon rolls is making it melt even more. That's beautiful. It's time to taste this bad boy. The texture of the dough was so soft and fluffy. The cream cheese was a perfect complement. Cinnamon, apple, and pecan flavors were the perfect additions to this dish. Now I'm just going to be pouring on all of this frosting and slathering it all over the rolls. This is the perfect dessert for holiday times, for Christmas. I'm so happy with how these rolls turned out, and that addition of the heavy cream really did justice to how soft the dough turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.